Hey, look at this. Bitcoin price has been up the past 7 days, but I'm going to tell you why I think Bitcoin price is going down. You heard that right. I've been paying attention to some things in the market, and I at least want you to be aware of what I'm seeing. Particularly if you're new to this space, I want you to show you from my perspective. Now, this isn't financial advice. Even if I was a financial advisor, which I am not, you should never follow financial advice on YouTube. Hey, my name is Crypto Wealth. If you believe in cryptocurrency, you believe in the future of cryptocurrency, you love this technology, you like learning about it, and more importantly, you love to earn a passive income in cryptocurrency, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button and be sure to hit the like button. Okay, now why do I think Bitcoin price is going down? I know this seems crazy, particularly if you're watching and you're like, the price is going up, Crypto Wealth, why are you saying it's going down? Is this FUD? What's going on? No, it's not FUD, but I want you to know, like, for me, what am I paying attention to? And I'm going to tell you at the end of the video, I'm going to show the market indicators that matter to me, and I'm going to show specifics, and I'm going to save the best for last. And then at the very end of the video, I'm also going to tell you what I'm doing, sort of what my strategy is with this knowledge. Okay, so here we go. The main indicator for me is market sentiment. It's not so much about, but the question is, how do you define market sentiment? You know, I don't pay a lot of attention to charting and technical analysis. I don't do a whole lot of that. Maybe a little bit of support and resistance if I'm trying to buy into a project, or if I'm moving in and heavy into a project, maybe I'll do something like that. But really and truly for me, the overall market sentiment is what I pay attention to. So for example, in the past several weeks, I can tell you market sentiment has been high because I call it the next door neighbor indicator. It's when your next door neighbor or your friend of a friend who knows you but don't talk to you often, they call you because they know you're in crypto and they got questions for you. Or the financial advisor, which called me last week and wanted to have a conversation because all of his clients were asking about Bitcoin and he didn't know a whole lot about it. So he wanted to talk to me because he's an acquaintance. He knows me from business conferences in the past, but it's not someone I talk to every day. That's that neighbor indicator. That's an accurate indicator, believe it or not, when you know you're in a bull market. Like if brand new people reaching out to you because they know you're in crypto, they're talking to you, that's an accurate indicator. But the same indicator does not work well for predicting when the market's going down. And the reason it doesn't work well is because a decreased market has a lot more to do with overall sentiment. And you can find any one person that can be late to the party. They could be excited, but the price could be starting to pull back and they don't know it. They just found out about it. They still have that fear of missing out. So in crypto, you always want to kind of hedge your bets a little bit. You want to be aware that none of us have a crystal ball. So, you know, you're never going to go all in or all out, but you got to be aware of where the market may move. So let me show you a couple things. I look at the overall market, and there's two things I pay attention to. The first one is, what are the news headlines saying? So when you read the news, what is the news saying about crypto? Here's two for you right here. Investors think there's more chance that Tesla and Bitcoin will have than double one's Deutsche Bank. So Tesla, most of us know what Tesla is, has been on an epic run, which makes sense that the company's priced way over any conceivable earnings. So it does make sense that the price should pull back versus double again. But Bitcoin and crypto is a little bit different. You don't calculate the price of Bitcoin based on how much a company's earning. It doesn't work that way. So with Bitcoin, the question is, if the overall market sentiment thinks it's more likely to pull back, cut in half versus double, then if that's what Deutsche Bank is saying their investors are feeling, now these aren't necessarily crypto investors, but it's Main Street sentiment. This is just one. You can't make a decision off of one, but this is one news story. There's another one today. So it's two news stories today, two different banks coming up with something that could cause you to come to the same conclusion. Plus, you know that we've been on a pretty epic run so far. In a healthy market, that run would need to slow down. So it's possible that we could see Bitcoin price going down. And I think investor sentiment is changing. Again, the best indicator is going to be one I'm going to show you in a minute. But first, let's get to this news headline here. B of A clients with $561 billion say Bitcoin is the most crowded trade. So this is after the fact. This is after this recent run up. So people are getting surveyed and they're saying, hey, this is the most crowded trade. It was the hardest to get in. For the first time since 2017, Bank of America corporate clients with 561 billion combined say Bitcoin is the world's most crowded trade as speculative euphoria hits Wall Street. Investors surveyed by the investment bank this month see signs that long positions in the large digital currency are reaching unprecedented levels, while retail traders and institutional names join the crypto boom. The B of A poll doesn't necessarily mean that more fund managers own Bitcoin, but it's another temperature check that the token's 400% rally this past year that's dividing some of the biggest names in finance. Their survey also shows investor positioning is booming across reflation strategies from small caps and value companies to emerging markets. Okay, that's a lot of things to say. That's basically saying with the current economics in the world, people are seeing potentially higher prices, so they jumped in. Unfortunately, what's probably happened when you see a 400% rally over a year and it happens that quick on a price point that is as high as $30,000, we're breaking all-time highs, then at some point you got to say, hey, have we overreacted a little bit? Yes, no question. I still think long-term, by the end of the year, I still think we're going to see $100,000 Bitcoin, no question. But it's reasonable to assume, looking at the news stories, okay, 400% rally, people are already being surveyed after the fact. Listen, when these surveys come out, if this survey, and they say, hey, it was the most crowded trade, or is the most crowded trade, then to me, I'm like, okay, people are already feeling like it's crowded, so you got to start wondering, are they, is it more bullish, more bearish? What's going on here? But with this, plus the Deutsche Bank, news story, I start thinking, okay, I'm trying to get understand what I'm doing. I'm trying to get a feel of what is the market sentiment. These banks are surveying their clients. What are their clients saying? How are they feeling about it? But then there's one index that, for me, is the best index, and it's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. This is a phenomenal index. It's a phenomenal indicator. I love to look at it. When you see extreme greed, it's, we are in a bull market, no question about it. But anytime you're in a bull market, there's only one place you can go down, and you keep having solid runs. Every single week, every single month that this thing is pumping harder, you have to know that an inevitable turn is coming. And I prefer for the turn to come before I always prefer for there to be a turn sooner than later. I prefer for the market to cool down a little bit because I wanted to stay a healthy market and to keep trending up. I don't think it does people good for the market to just wreck down 50%, off of, some major bull run, because I think that just scares a lot of people out of the market. However, take a look at this. Last month, the Fear and Greed Index was all the way up to 92. We're at 80 now. Last week, 84. So we're seeing it trending down. Well, yesterday was 79. Today, or now, is 80. So we're still in the extreme greed zone, but we're pulling back a little bit. And you can see the chart right here. It can't go but so high. I mean, here's 100. And we're pulling back a little bit. Now, with this Fear and Greed Index, the way it works, I mean, if you're still not understanding this, if this is the market sentiment, people are becoming more greedy. It's kind of capping out. People are getting a little more fearful. What typically happens is the market goes just in front of this a little bit. So the market moves a little bit in front of people because the market starts going up. Then people get excited. Then they get super excited. And then all of a sudden the market starts going down, when people start getting nervous. And that's sort of how it works. So people will tend to get a little bit nervous before the price starts to fall. Because when people are nervous, they don't keep buying, they just hold. When people get fearful, they sell. So when they're greedy, they're buying. When they're nervous, they're holding. When they're fearful, they're selling. And so when I start seeing, I'm paying attention to the sentiment. If I start seeing the sentiment cooling off, then I know it's possible the price could, start doing that. Now, it's also possible that the sentiment could do this. It could turn back up. Maybe there's a big news story that comes out, friendly government regulations or something to that effect, and all of a sudden, people could be like, oh no, this bull run's going to keep going, and then all of a sudden the greed index pops in. So nobody has a crystal ball. But you want to be mindful of what you're reading about in the crypto space and do your best. Listen, I'm biased that cryptocurrency is going to Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million one day. I'm totally biased to that effect. However, when I'm reading the news and I'm paying attention as an investor, I've got to do my best to try to recognize that I'm biased and try to keep that in check just a little bit. So what am I going to do? What's my thought with this information? How do I handle it? So this is just me. I can't give you personal advice, but the way that I do this is I'm not I'm not doing any additional buys on Bitcoin right now. I do some dollar cost averaging, but I'm not doing any additional buys. But here's the thing for me. For me, it's all about earning passive income in cryptocurrency and in Bitcoin. So if you go down in the description, you'll see our crypto passive profits link to our crypto. You'll see a link tree link to our crypto passive profits. These are all of our referral links and affiliate links. But right here, the very first one is our Crypto Passive Profits membership. If you click on that link, you're going to come over to Subscribestar. You'll be able to join the Subscribestar group. This is all about how I show you exactly what I'm doing, how I'm earning a passive income with cryptocurrency. I share what's taking place, what's happening. Down here, I shared yesterday, the video that I put up yesterday, I shared it first here. So if you want to, for me personally, it's about making income investments that are allow me to be able to consistently earn passive income over time. Because when you're earning, listen, if you're earning income every single day in crypto, you don't care as much whether the price is going up or going down. Maybe you're making, $25 a day in Bitcoin today, and tomorrow is 23, tomorrow is 28. It doesn't matter. You're not buying and selling on every single price movement. You don't really get concerned about that. I have one income stream that's paying me about $68 a day right now that I'm using. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I believe that the Bitcoin price could be going down. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Hey, be sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be putting out another video. My next video later this evening is going to be about Ethereum. And even though Ethereum's been on a big run, I actually think we could potentially see Ethereum prices go up a lot more. And I'm going to explain why I think that's possible in my video later this evening. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, click all so you don't miss it. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.